Welcome back to the Dirty Bomb Australia launch tournament. We are here finally in the grand final. It's going to be Shaft up against Ascension. Both these teams have been pretty strong over over the course of today. Ascension and of course Shaft haven't dropped a series because if they had, they'd already be out. So these guys are definitely the picks of the bunch.
Information, Elf. If they would have lost, they would be out.
That's it. That's it indeed. All right, but it is going to be a pretty close game between these two teams. I think, you know, Ascension, they seem to be pretty serious about things, and Shaft as well. I've seen them playing a lot, so just waiting for these teams to ready up before we can get into this game, and then, well, we'll see how it goes.
What I want to talk about quickly is Shaft, and they just played against Wolf players, and they were considered a top contender to make the grand final, of course, Wolf players. And they absolutely... What map was that? And they did it in like 4 minutes. What was that?
Terminal. Well, both maps they did pretty well on, but Terminal, yeah, was the one that they absolutely destroyed on. And Shaft have actually picked that map as well for this best of three. So Terminal's going to be map 2, and yeah, Shaft looked pretty scary on that one.
They just absolutely... Yeah, on attack, it was all over in 4.5 minutes. Could not believe it. They had the Rhino come out, everything else. But we have seen Ascension as well today. Ascension against... DKV as well, death kill, I can't remember, DKF, verification, death
DKV.
Kill verification, it was. So, and they had a pretty good map. I think the best map I enjoyed was the one on Bridge, wasn't it? Not Bridge, Chapel. Chapel was a standout one. They really locked down that EV, made it hard for DKV to push on. But this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the grand final today. What do the winners get, Elfish? They get something like a 5 times Plantronic headsets. They also get some in-game credits and a starter pack, I believe. Second place, they don't come off too bad either. I think they get around the 30k in-game credits. So that's a couple of mercs. Right, well, that's an option of buying a few different mercs right there.
Alrighty, well, we are going to get underway with the first map here of the grand final. It's going to be Shaft and Ascension, as we mentioned, and it's going to be looking like Shaft are getting the early advantage here in terms of kills. They are pushing in here very aggressively. Old Bud was on that Nader, but he's going to go down. Looks like, though, they are going to get tons of kills here. Sam is going to be revived, though. He comes in huge on that Rhino and really stops that attack already from Shaft. So Ascension managed to hold on, but that did look a little bit shaky, I've got to say.
Shaft's got the healing going down there with Navoj, but he's backed off. He must have heard saying MF does take him down, Elfish, but they are moving in here as a team, moving pretty solidly. But Ascension, they've got a fairly good defense here. Wizard, he's just getting his aim right. He's got some CSGO to play later on as well. So this is just a warm-up for him, playing for, obviously, Direwolves. And what's this? We've got a Rhino just standing there. What's Sam doing? He is moving now. Let's try and switch over to see a little bit of Sam. There we go. No right click to warm that up yet. There we go. Bit of a warm up. I like this. I really do like the Rhino where he is because he's got the right angle. That's hard to get out of there anyway, but that's completely shut down. No one's going to come through that entrance.
Yeah, you know, it is one of those very tough positions which the attackers do have to push in if they want to try and get that EV locked down, and really putting a Rhino in there, it allows him to stay in those close quarters, and it's going to be very difficult for Shaft to push in here. They do need to get a nice fragger onto that little section there, and that's going to be all down to Old Bud at the moment. He's not really hanging around too much in that area, but he is starting to head in that direction, so we'll see what he can do. Lush is going to come around behind him, though, take him down, and Ascension going to be still holding on here. And, I mean, it's only been a few minutes, but Ascension looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. So, chewed up a few minutes. Shaft are actually, I'm not going to lie, Elfish, I'm a bit surprised at this result so far. Sunny, last one up here for Shaft, but I'm surprised how much damage they're actually taking. I thought they could have moved in a little bit easier than what they have so far, but all credits to Ascension doing a lot of good work holding this back, stopping any big push coming through.
Yeah, and Shaft, they've just had that sniper there on Sunny Jim. We'll see if he changes up his class or something like that, because they're having a lot of difficulty actually pushing here in towards that EV. They need a bit of damage out onto this Rhino. They just need to get him out of that one position. He's the tank in the way. Sunny Jim has swapped over to a proxy, which is interesting for me, but I know it's one of your favorite classes.
Yeah, true that. So we can see Big Sam here doing his job, just taking up that door. No one's getting through. All down once again. What do they need to do? They've tried going up on top of the bridge. They've tried coming through here through the marketplace. They've also tried coming up through the office building. Nothing's working for them at the moment. But as we've seen, it's a game where you just need to get those few picks and then you get the rest, and before you know it, things move pretty good. So there's a lot of fighting, a lot of battling, and then you just catch that smallest bit of break and off you go. Good things will start working for you. Optimal here coming around. Oh, he's a bit unlucky then to not take down, I think that was Wizard there.
Yeah, we are seeing Ascension still hanging on so far, and Navoj, he's trying to do his best to keep his team in this game, but it's really up to Wizard at the moment. He needs to get onto that EV and start the repairs. There's a tiny bit of repair already on the EV, but really nothing to speak about. The Rhino finally goes down. It looks like Shaft are going to manage to actually get some repairs onto this EV. The healing turret does go down from the aura. That's Cryptic, and you would expect that Wizard is going to have this up in no time. He needs defense to hit from Cryptic, though. There are a few players from Ascension coming on the side, but that was a really nice aim battle there from Wizard, and he managed to pick up a couple kills for himself and get that EV repaired as well. So fantastic work individually from him, and now Shaft are on their way, getting this EV rolling.
I thought they were a bit lucky there. Lush managed to get a couple of those kills, and I thought he was going to hold them back and actually prevent them repairing that EV. But credit to Shaft, of course. They managed to get in there, get it done without too much problems. Now the EV's running. Problem two is we need to sort out these barracks. We need to stop Ascension putting up those barracks, which they're not at the moment. But they're going to get this done right now. There they go, building away, and it's going to be pretty safe for them as all of Shaft are back in their spawn.
Yeah, MFK is putting up those barricades, as you say, and now Direwall's Wizard, rather, is going to be trying to push there and get rid of them. It's going to be all down to now Shaft trying to push into that barricade room and take down the barricade, but Shaft, at the moment, they still need to also get that EV going, and things looking okay, I would honestly say, for Shaft. They're putting up a pretty decent time. The repair early off the objective one, yeah, it wasn't too bad. They just need to keep that EV rolling. They need to get this barricade down pretty quickly so that they can continue to roll through. Sonny Jim going for a little bit of a, I guess, a flank here on the back, but the rest of the Shaft guy is going to go down. He will as well, and things are looking decent there for Ascension. They managed to buy themselves a little bit of time to heal up and figure out what position they want to be playing in, and they're going to have a massive stack in towards this barricade room. It's going to be really tough here for Shaft to get in there.
It is. They've done well. They're just holding it up, buying that time. That's all you need to do. You know, the more time you take off the opposition, the more time you have, and the easier it is for you to get those objectives. The Rhino is back with Big Sam in here, holding up, making sure they can't take down that barricade. So the problem here is, Elfish, is Ascension managed to get that barricade up. So not just do they have to repair the EV, get that moving, they've got the whole problem with this barricade. And I think pretty much all, the best part of 10 players are all in here. Look at that, Sam won. That's why you don't run two Rhinos, right there. Just guns them down with ease.
Yeah, once you get a Rhino locked into a position like this, it's basically a mobile turret that does a ton of damage and is really hard to dislodge, especially when you've got him standing next to an aura healing station as well. I don't see any way for the Shaft guys to really push in here, short of a massive grenade coming in from Old Bud to actually, you know, take them all out at once, and it's just not happening at the moment. They're getting kills across the map, but it's going to be whether or not they can dislodge Sam from this position as to whether or not they're going to be able to push that EV forward. There is a proxy mine going down on him, but it's not going to be doing too much. Actually going to be used against them. And Sonny Jim picks himself up 2 kills with that, the offensive proxy mine used there by Sonny Jim. But, yeah, that was a nice play from him, honestly.
All right, Rhino's down. That's the main part. Now they need to get on that. They need to utilise that time. Sam is dead. Get those barricades down. Let's try and see. But all of them are spawning too, so this is going to be hard. Big Rhino, Big Sam on the Rhino is back up as well, but they need to push in there. Time is running out. Halfway through. And they're not even halfway through the objectives. So Ascension are actually playing, from what we've seen of Shaft the last game against Wolf players, this looks like a totally different team at the moment. And Ascension, they're just so good all day at just holding up those teams. That's what they do. They just put in that wall, they block them, they can't get past. Rhino, obviously, a big part of that this map.
Yeah, we've seen only a few teams utilize the Rhino, but when it has been brought into play, it actually has been very effective. And again, we're going to see the Shaft players getting a few kills across the map, but not really where they need to be getting the kills. It's Sam they need to be taking down here, and Ascension just holding this barricade room with ease. A bit of a rotate coming around from behind. It's going to be I guess a split entry here from Shaft, but once again, we're going to be Sam doing a ton of damage, and he's not really in any sort of danger. The lowest he went down to there was about 100 HP, but the Aura Turret just healing him straight up, and Shaft having so many troubles trying to push in here into this barricade room.
I'm not too sure how they're going to do it. You've got a Rhino standing here, and he's got a med station. The other thing we're seeing is this Bushwhacker, just like we see here, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming up, he's putting this turret. So you can't get vision on that turret. That turret can see you before you can see it. And if you do get close enough, apart from that, putting a few shots into you, you got Big Sam here with the minigun. I can't see how they're going to break through this. Maybe it's time for a bit of a change up on Merc. We need some explosives. Well, try a nader.
Sam's just gone down here, and there's plenty of Shaft guys alive, so this looks like it could be the entry that Shaft needs to get into there. And it does appear that they've got the bomb down as well, so they just need to defend it now. And the tables have turned. It's now time for Ascension to try and retake this room, and all up to the Shaft guys to defend it. I think they're in a pretty decent position here, but they don't have that important Rhino that was really optimal there in the Ascension defense. But we'll see how they go about it.
It's getting there. It's working through. Time is going down. They're holding off pretty well. And that's what they need. There we go. Wizard says, bugger this. That's going to go down. I've got faith in my teammates. Let's start getting this EV back up and running. They don't want to waste any more time, Elfish. They need to get this across to the other side. Then they need to go in. They need to go and get 2 drug samples. So they've still got a huge task ahead of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's... I guess this is pretty... much what you would expect. I guess they took the first objective within the first third of the timer, and this is now, we're just hitting the second third of the timer going down as well. So this is kind of where you'd be expecting to be at this stage, up against an equal kind of team. Unless
you're a specialist, because these last objectives on each of these maps, they're the hardest ones. I think you'd be pushing to find someone to disagree. It's always the first and second objective a lot easier than that third. So you don't want to break the time down into thirds. You always want that little bit extra time to get that third one done.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, if you're going at this time, I guess you couldn't be hugely disappointed. They still got about 4 minutes left to be able to pick themselves up 2 of those objectives. So they do have some time to play with. But as you say, the faster they can do it, the better, because it's just going to make it all the much easier to defend up against Ascension.
So here we go. The EV is down once again. Let's have a look, see what we got here. Shifter onto it. There's a lot of shift players all the way around. You do have Redding right at the end there, causing a little bit of trouble. They can just sit behind this EV, get a little bit of protection. Optimal gets taken down there by Wizard. So they got the stairs protected. There we go. That EV's back up and running. They just have to pretty much stand by it for 10 seconds, and then they can move on to those drug samples and get them in the helicopter crate there. Okay,
so the second objective has been breached, but all players actually, for some reason, going down.
I was looking for someone alive. I thought, what's going on here?
I think a couple of the Ascension guys just killed themselves to try and trade up their class real quickly while the respawn timer was going down. And Shaft now going to be on the offensive, trying to get in here into the drug lab. They're going to go relatively quickly in here. It's going to be Old Bud on the offensive. Gets taken down by his teammate, Sonny Jim. And once again, we're going to be seeing Sam here defending with that Rhino. And it's proving to be extremely potent once again in those close quarters. Shaft just having a lot of trouble trying to get into that drug lab.
Got to get in that lab. We got to get those drugs. That's what it's all about here, Elfish. Get the drugs, good times ahead. But it's not going to be that easy. Ascension want to put a stop to it. I'm sure if Rhino's back with Big Sam 1, and that's a good spot. So what do they do here? The front door is, if we have a look here, the front door is all being secured by Rhino. He's got his health station. On the backside, if we can find someone coming around that backside, which is what I want. No one is around there, so it's all about this front entrance.
Just look at Sam absolutely destroying the guys from Shaft. He's pretty much a one-man army at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised to see him doing some pretty crazy KDs at the end of this game. We'll have to have a look at that and check once we get those.
He's doing his job, and they're using him well. A Rhino isn't made to go run around it, all right? It's not what he's used for. He's used to just like he's doing. He's standing in the doorway and just cutting them down as they come in. That's a huge challenge, especially in here. As soon as they get into the GH building, it's such a small distance from one entry to the other. He just has to pretty much turn around. So it's very hard.
Yeah, it is hard. And Shaft, they are just having a lot of difficulty even getting in there. And actually, I don't think they've even managed to pick up one of the drug samples just yet. So Ascension doing a great job holding off. And there's only a minute and a half left in the map. So, I mean, Shaft have picked up 2 objectives, so there's that at least. But Ascension, I think, would be pretty happy with how this map has been playing out so far.
Well, the interesting thing here, Elfish, is we did see on Train Yard, we did see Shaft pick up the Rhino as well. So both of these teams now have shown that, hey, we'll use a Rhino. We know what to do with him. So what's going to be interesting is when they actually switch halves, is Shaft going to pull out the Rhino and put that big tank in the way, just like we've seen here? This could be pretty balanced.
Yeah.
So they're using the Rhino now. Old Bud, he uses the Rhino, takes out the Rhino. This could,
I was going to say, I would expect that they would, because they already have Old Bud sitting there on the Rhino. He's going to manage to pick up that first drug sample. So if they do immediately place this one, which I would expect they're not going to be able to do because the rotators are going to come across from Ascension. Well, there would have been time to pick up the second one, but it's not going to be the case here. Shaft are going to be team wiped, and 34 seconds left on the clock is going to mean Shaft are not really going to have enough time to pick up that drug sample and return it. So a pretty decent job here from Ascension.
Well, that's how you take down a Rhino, with a Rhino. Seems to be the best method. Look at this. He's just absolutely cutting him down. Sam does get taken down by, yet again, another Rhino. Rhino takes down Rhino. They're fighting hard. 10 seconds left. That is the first half over and done with. So that fantastic play by us. I am legit surprised. I didn't expect to see Ascension put on such great of a performance, but so far turning out to be a great grand final. Best of 3 here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, having a look here at Sam's KD, 33 and 12 is a pretty strong performance from him coming out there, and I think he was really the one to watch there for Ascension. It's going to be Old Bud on the side of Shaft, who we would expect to be seeing on that Rhino. In fact, he's the only one with Rhino in his lineup. So if Shaft are going to go for that, he will be the one to play that one. Have a look across. It looks like Old Bud is in fact on that Rhino, so we'll expect to see him fulfilling much of the same role as what Sam had done.
Yeah, I expect him to use it in pretty much the same way. If he comes up, sits up just through here, blocking off that bottom of the stairs, all right, in the marketplace, hiding around the corner, he doesn't have to do much. Just hold that right mouse button down as soon as he sees someone, just a few little taps, and they'll go down. So that sort of blocks off that whole entrance. That leaves Ascension to come over the bridge or through the top offices on the left. That's pretty much their 2 choices. So I very much expect Elfish for our Old Bud to use Rhino in the exact same manner as what Sam did.
We have to see. He is on that Rhino already, so I'm going to have a look and see where he's deciding to set himself up. Looks like he is, in fact, going to be in the exact same spot as where we did see the guy from Ascension. That was Sam 1 playing. So, I mean, he's taking a little bit of damage, but the aura healing turret or healing beacon is sitting right underneath him, so he's not having too much trouble. Oh, he goes down, in fact, Lush picking up that kill, and that is a real big opening here for Ascension. He keeps getting revived, though. This is the power of the Medic Rhino combo. Lush and the rest of his team are finally going to be able to overpower them, and looks like it could be a pretty quick repair here coming out for Ascension, which would be fantastic news for them. It's already up to about half HP, and this is going to be way faster than what Shaft managed.
Easily have got this. Shaft's defense is coming in now. Too late. That EV, its wheels are working. Off it rolls. Look at that. Straight in, as we often see. A bit of Lush there, jumping in on the turret, but that's moving away, dragging some dead corpses off with it. But that's a good start from them. I'm really impressed with Ascension. I know I've said that a couple of times, but they're just working so well.
Yeah, especially up against a team with the caliber of Shaft. It's quite crazy to see the dominating performance that they're managing to put out so far. They're going to have to see if they can continue rolling their EV along towards that barricade. Is it even going to be put it up? I think it looks like Old Bud here from Shaft is going to be defending in that room as what we saw Sam 1. So both the Rhinos kind of mirroring each other in this situation, but the barricade still hasn't been put up here by Ascension, by Shaft rather. So Ascension have got the opportunity to roll forward quickly if they can. Cryptic is on that barricade.
Yep.
But he's a medic, not a engineer, so this EV could in fact get there in time. It looks like we're going to see a bit of a contest here coming out from Ascension, and the barricade didn't go up indeed. So Shaft now are going to be losing a lot of time.
But it still comes down to that third half. Hopefully they got something a little special. Ascension. And look, I guess when we look at different games, when you look at, you mentioned before a bit of COD, CSGO, everything else, but a lot of these players from Ascension, Battlefield background, and with the medics, throwing out ammo, things like that, there are similarities. I know the game definitely moves a lot quicker, but they're obviously comfortable with set roles on how they work as a team within those defined roles. And it's showing here. I can't believe that this first... Who picked this one, Elfish?
This was the map choice of Ascension. Shaft picked up Terminal, which was we were talking about how strong they were going. Yeah, so Shaft.
Oh, look at Lush here. Look at Lush. Lush is here. He's at the gates. As soon as that opened, he's in. He's out. Is he quick enough, Elfish? He's going to get this. He's running like a madman, dodging. Oh, he goes down. That was what you wanted. We talked about this way earlier into the day. When you're close to getting an objective, get in there, get ready for the next one. And he was meters away from being safe with that.
Yeah, I've seen him do that a few times in pubs with proxy, and it would have worked out even probably better on proxy. But the aura, the aura, the same sort of deal, I guess, in that sense. Very quick moving classes, but unfortunately in that I guess situation, the respawn timers weren't really in his favor, and Shaft were just able to get in there in time and take him down. But a good attempt, and definitely the right mentality that you want to be seeing coming out here from Ascension.
So where did that advantage go? A few nays there. Shots going. Oh, there we go. So the big old Bud is down. Is he finished off? He is finished off just before he can be... So just before he could get revived. But they couldn't do much with that Elfish. There you go. Pushing in once again. I like the way they're attacking here. I certainly do.
Yeah, Old Bud does go down there as well for Shaft, so now is the easy pickings time, I guess, for these guys from Ascension. They definitely have the opportunity to pick up that
here we go.
Objective. All the Shaft players are down, so they're going to just charge straight out here. It's going to be Optimal taking that one. He is a Skyhammer, though. It would be better to chuck that one onto MF so that he can plant it a bit faster into this little objective point. But Optimal is going to be the one to take it away. He does manage to get that one as well. So one objective down out of 2, and they still have 10 minutes to go. So plenty of time here for Ascension to work with, and things are looking fantastic for them so far on this first map of the Grand Final.
Old Bud just isn't playing that Rhino as well as Sam did. That's the fact. I don't know if his aim's off. I don't know what's up, but they are just pushing through and melting him. Whereas when Sam had the same role, he just cut through them. Now that was a bit different. The boys from Shaft easily took them all down, but a lot of it wasn't Rhino. When the sides were switched, it was Rhino doing all that defensive work. Here, they need everyone to come in and help out. So I don't know if he's in his position, if he needs to change it slightly. I don't know if they've got a dodgy health station, but he just doesn't have that sustain, which Sam did.
Yeah, the team play seemed to be really there for Ascension, but perhaps not quite so much for Shaft. Having said that, though, Shaft are doing their best at the moment. And, well, it's not going to be quite enough in this situation. The respawns are going to come out, but Ascension, rather, have got complete control of the drug lab. They are going to be able to pick up that drug sample you would have expected, but for some reason, deciding not to and allowing the Shaft guys to retake the drug lab.
What's interesting as well, these two teams have played each other, especially in the last week. They've scrimmed multiple times every night. So maybe Ascension had a couple of tricks up their sleeve they didn't want to share with them. Who knows? I know, and I'm always one for saying scrims doesn't necessarily reflect what happens in a competitive match, because it is just a scrim. But it's not like they're not trying to win. Look at this rush come through just outside here. They've got the whole team pushing up. In they come, Elf, from the back.
Yeah, it could be pretty risky, all sort of lining up here. It's going to be Old Bud with that Rhino on his own, trying to defend, and he picks up 2 kills for himself. He's going to be taken down, but gets revived. He finds a 3rd kill for himself, and not quite going to be able to get a 4th, but really did his job there. Ascension just absolutely mown down there. by Old Bud on that Rhino, so a good job from him. But there's still plenty more to do for these guys from Shaft. Ascension has still got 8 minutes left in the map.
It was all cryptic. Cryptic with those revives. Absolutely critical at that point. You said Rhino was revived 2, maybe 3 times just then, and just gave him enough. On the flip side, Ascension, they were going down there. They had no one to revive him. That just put an end to their push straight away. So here we go. Another push in here. A lot of nades coming out here from MF. Couldn't do much with the shotgun. And coming back out from the outside. So they're just gunning him down. So now they've tried a few different things. They tried the main entrance. They tried the outside entrance. Let's try the left entrance now, see what happens. They're changing around. I like that.
Yeah, they've also tried splitting up and going as a team, so they're using, you know, all these sort of tactics that are available to them. Not quite working out so far, but at least they've managed to pick up one of these drug samples, so that makes their job, well, I guess twice as easy, seeing as they only need to get one of the objectives instead of 2. MF is going to jump in here, but not going to be able to do too much there to Old Bud, and he's sitting on one of those healing beacons as well, so just an absolute tank that Rhino is. So Shaft, once again, with a pretty successful hold, and Ascension were team wiped as well, so just going to have to wait and watch that respawn timer countdown.
What does help with the respawn timer is everyone spawns at the same time. That's got to help with the teams. You know, if you look at Call of Duty, for instance, you die, it's a couple of seconds, you respawn, off you go. So you're forced to wait with your team. At least here, when they're dead, they all spawn together and they can all move in together. It saves that little bit of hassle, but Old Bud here is starting to do some good work with this Rhino, starting to get some better angles pushing in here. This is a big push from the guys from Ascension. What can he do? There we go. Rhino takes down Rhino. Oh, he's got healed. There's still a couple there. No one else to heal, so they'll get finished off there, Elf.
Yeah, the Rhino is just proving to be super strong on these defensive sides, and I don't know if perhaps there will be a revision in the rules after this or something like that, but he just looks to be too strong in his situation at the moment. I don't know what some of the players kind of have an opinion on that, whether or not they do, but in my opinion, it seems like Rhino is proving to be, you know, a real brick wall at the moment for both these teams.
A lot of the general argument is Rhino's not a hassle, throw a grenade at him, he's dead. But yeah, none of these players have done that. There was a few times we've seen a big pouring in of grenades, never amounted to anything. So they're holding up really well. Still 5 minutes, plenty of time. They've got the 1 drug sample, now they need some more. Rhino there on Old Bud getting a little bit cocky, pushing out just a little bit, but the big minigun isn't as good long range. Or when you're shooting at the floor. He needs to lift that aim up a little bit, I think, Jordan.
Yeah, that's correct. But, I mean, it's really easy to abuse these close angles that are on this map as a Rhino, and it's certainly working out so far for these guys on the defensive side. So, you know, I think Rhino is at least, in this sense, being played to perfection, and they're making use of his kit very well. But I guess the discussion for, well, you know, what kind of mercenaries we're going to allow is a discussion for another day. At this point, anyway, at least Ascension are having a lot of trouble up against that Rhino, and I think we can all agree Shaft are doing a pretty good job defending this last point here.
I mean, they're having a hard time against Rhino, but when it was the flip side, they had just as much faced against him. Here we go, a bit of Nader, a lot of spam. I don't think he picked up anything at all, being Sam. No, he didn't, apart from a bit of teammate with his own Martyrdom. Do you like the Martyrdom? I don't.
Martyrdom? No. I hate it. Every time I try to go in for a kill, I tend to get Martyrdom because I just forget about that.
You forget there's going to be a grenade
until it's a bit too late. Yeah.
So pushing in once again. A lot of people all concentrated up here on this left-hand side entrance. Now, I don't think they've got anyone coming in towards the right. No, they don't. They got it all pretty. Here comes Big Rhino. He's coming to sort him out. No, he gets dropped and he gets finished off. That's critical. You just can't take down these players. You need that opportunity to finish them off as well. If not, that's where the medics play their part. Now, they've taken it. They're running. I reckon they're home clear here, Elfish. Not a hassle in the world.
Yeah, no respawns in time.
No, that's right. No respawns. They've got this. That's that one push, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Absolutely amazing work. Good game.
Yeah, the first map going to be going over in the favor of Ascension, but next map up is going to be Terminal, which we've seen Shaft playing absolutely sublimely today. So definitely we'll expect to see Shaft putting up a bit of a, I guess, some sort of a revenge, I guess, on that map. I don't know what word I'm searching for there, but they're definitely really strong on that map.
That's something, I've said it before, I expected much more out of Wolf players. The fact that they did two objectives both objectives in 4.5 minutes is just mind-blowing. But Ascension have put up a much greater fight than what Wolf players did. So I'm definitely very, very interested to see what happens here on Terminal. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, shout out to Plantronics. This is the grand final here of the first Australian Dirty Bomb Cup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few minutes with Map 2.
We are back, guys, with the second map here of the Australian Dirty Bomb Launch Cup Grand Final. It's going to be Ascension here up against Shaft, and Ascension took out that first map. I'm not going to say it was particularly, one-sided, so to speak, but Shaft, did go down in the end, and we are now onto Terminal here. But this is a map that Shaft have been playing pretty well so far, and it was their map choice as well. So definitely expecting them to kind of bring the fireworks in this map and bring us back to an equalizing 1-1 situation. Well, we hope at least. 3 maps would be pretty sick to see in the grand final. But of course, Ascension are going to be pretty keen to deny that dream, and they're going to try and take this map out as well.
That last map, it was just the battle of the Rhinos, but that was brilliant. They were so evenly matched, and just through some well-timed deaths, I think, it enabled them to run away with it. But I'm excited here. I'm running out with Sam. This is map 2, best of 3, grand final here. Winner walks away with 5 Plantronic headsets and a Merc starter pack as well. So here we go, Jordan. We are all out, everyone. What's it? They haven't even, they've gone straight up to this, the apartment balconies. I find that interesting. No one's gone over to the right-hand side. No one's gone over to shut anything down. They haven't gone to push at all on that side. Straight up to that balcony. What do you make of that?
Well, in all honesty, it's actually worked out pretty well for them. They've got a plan down. They are going to start to lose a few players here, though, so Shaft shouldn't have too much difficulty retaking defusing this point.
Great name.
But there is a bit of a defensive attempt here from Lush. He's trying to get some damage down onto the point. Is eventually going to be taken down. Redding goes in here for the defense as well, but it's a little bit too late. The bomb has been defused there by Ascension, by Shaft rather. So Ascension going to have to go for another plant here if they want to try and get anything done. And the medic train you can see coming out here, Cryptic and Navod reviving each other. But in the end, they're going to be, I guess, defeated there by Reading.
Still a confidence booster, you know. I know they were playing at the same time. They played this map last time, Sharp. Both teams were playing at the same time, so they didn't see each other's games. But that bomb's gone down once again. MF, couple of nades. No one's moving in. Big Rhino's moving in now. Elfish, what can he do? Few shots, couldn't quite pick him up, but MF got old Bud. Lush takes up one as well. So they got a good defense here. They need to really take down Lush. Lush is on this balcony. He doesn't care. He's just chilling out. There we go. You know, he's got that pretty well defended. They have to take time away from it to come and stop him if they want. Or just come up behind. He's getting tagged a little bit there. Let's fix up his health pack straight up. They are diffusing at the moment. He gets taken down, but that's a bit of friendly fire, unfortunately.
That was really awkward because Lush was trying to get onto that that machine gun to try and stop the defuse, and then MF, I think, was trying to get on the machine gun as well, but instead of jumping on the machine gun and starting, you know, shooting at the point, MF actually got beaten to the punch there by Lush and ended up shooting Lush in the back. So really not a good team communication there by Ascension.
An accident, and what's that cost him? That's the that is the question, because I think that probably would have blown if that was the case, and then that would be another 2.5 minute first objective down, out of the way. Big Sam, he's thrown away Rhino for now, but he's sitting back here. He does have his assault rifle, is trying what he can. Out with his pistol, out with his knife. He couldn't quite come up tops there, but they are pushing in pretty well as a team.
Yeah, Shaft doing a pretty good job so far of really diffusing those objectives once they get placed. But Ascension have managed to get 2 plants already. So, you know, it's only a matter of time before the one that they do get down finally sticks and actually blows up that wall. But all these seconds that are counting down are so precious here for Shaft. That
is right. And, you know, obviously Shaft, they've got a lot more to lose here. If they lose this one, it's a good game all over. And these boys do take, like I said, a tremendous amount of pride. They've been playing the game for a long time. They think of themselves as very much a top team within this very young game in the region, but they've got a lot of pride as well. There we go.
Yeah, well, we have to see now what Shaft are going to be doing on this defensive side. They've been doing so far pretty well, and Ascension haven't, you know, had too many opportunities. They've had, you know, they've had the 2 opportunities, but short of that, they haven't really been able to do much. So it looks like Shaft have got a pretty good read on this map, and that's not surprising considering it was their map pick, and they would obviously feel pretty comfortable. We're going to see Sunny Jim pushing up here, and is taken out in a 2v1 situation, so that's not good for Shaft at all. And actually, they're going to lose quite a lot of players in a row, and it looks like Ascension might be getting the better of them in this situation right now. So the plant will surely go down very quickly, but the respawn timer was in the favor of Shaft there, so pretty lucky timing for them.
Yeah, the only fear I have is, listen, we've seen what Ascension done, but they've got a good movement here. Lush back on that machine gun. Look at that, 3, 4. Can he get one more? No, he can't. They're starting to attack him. Needs to go get a little bit of health. As he comes out the door, yes, he gets the big team down there. I love it. I love it. Lush knows what's going on. Huge jump. Over he goes. He's getting himself set up to back up his teammates. How is that plant going? A little bit slow on that plant, actually, Jordan. Took him a long time to get that down.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter in the end. Now the plant is down, and things are going to be in the favor of Shaft. The back spawn is going to come out here. I mean, the favor is going to be an Ascension because the back spawn is going to come out here for Shaft. And, well, Lush goes down there to Old Bud and Navoj, but they still have a ton of work to do to get this bomb defused. There's a few sticky bombs on it as well, so that's going to be difficult for them to deal with. But Old Bud, he's doing what he can here. He's going to find 1 kill, cannot find a second, just doesn't connect the shots there with his pistol. A lot of kills going across in the favor of Shaft at the moment, but Sam, he's doing his best, and a huge airstrike there coming out from Optimal, picking up 3 kills there, and all but, I guess, securing the victory, at least for this first objective for the guys from Ascension.
Yep, that's gone. Dang, there we go. So, that's the first half done. Around 6 minutes, not too bad. They did get a few plants. Shaft, they managed to defuse a few plants. Now, what is their tactic here? That's the big question. We've seen what Shaft's tactic is, and that's pretty much attack from all angles. Something I don't think I seen last time we seen this map today, Elfish, was no one went and cleared and opened up that underground passage. Did they?
I think it was opened up, but it wasn't really used at all by either of the teams. I think they just preferred to go overground rather than underground. We're going to see Old Bob here trying to duel someone who was sitting on the machine gun. That was MF. And the plant is going to go down here on at least one of these. MF is going to get taken down. He does get the plant, though, so that was pretty good work from him. I don't think they're going to be able to defend this here from the defuse, though. Sam is trying to get a lot of those nades across and actually does manage to defend it. So, yeah, a good job there coming out from Ascension, and now they have an opportunity to plant that second one. The turret is going to stop Sam for a moment, but in the end, Sam is going to start that plant. He's going to get rotated down point by Shaft here, though. I don't know if he's going to get it down. Oh, I don't think they even looked in. He's going to get the plant.
Oh my goodness.
And now things are looking very good here for Ascendancy. Ascension, rather.
Ascendancy, that's fine. We're doing this a few hours now.
Ascendancy was a LOL team, so that's where that's coming from.
All right, so both are down. What can they do here? They go in for the defuse, and they'll get this first one. But no, they won't get that first one. It's about halfway through, so they probably should defuse that one, no problems. But they're putting a lot of pressure on them, Elfish. They've really got that defense going well. I don't know where exactly they're standing. There we go. All that defense has been cleared out.
Yeah, so the plant's going to have to come down once again from Ascension. MF trying to go for a bit of a fake plant there. Perhaps been watching the Counter-Strike pros, and it worked out for him. He got the kill, but in the end it was traded out. So it perhaps, you know, it would have been better to stick that grenade, stick that plant. I don't know. It's a discussion, I guess, for another day. But we're going to see Ascension once again trying to push in here onto these points. And they do need to get those plants down. It's going to be Optimal now, trying to get a plant, and I think he's going to be okay. No, not quite. Navelodge takes him down. Now the player advantage in the favor of Shaft is going to be pretty good here for them. But Ascension definitely doing what they can to defend, and a few kills coming out there for them. Whoa, a lot of kills going in the favor of Ascension. So the respawn waves are going to be pretty good here for Shaft, though.
Nice little defense there from Sam. I don't think that's enough, though. They need to push up a little bit harder. Well-placed mines. Can't trick Sam. He's onto that. So now they need to move in, regroup. Redding's still down. On the other side, Wizard just up with Sonny. Plant has gone down.
Going to get one plant. A little bit risky for him. He placed the mine down before he got the plant, so someone from Shaft could have actually shot that mine and taken him down, but didn't happen in that case. I think it's something that he needs to be aware of, though, in the future. But they have managed to get that one plant now. They need to find that second one. It's going to be looking like, yeah, they're going to send MF in there, try and get a plant. He's not going to be able to do too much there, though, because Old Bud sitting up there on that machine gun is going to do a ton of damage to him and take him down. So both the respawns going to come out here as well, and Shaft, they've lost one player already, but they're doing a pretty decent job of defending this second container. They just need to get that defuse there on that first one, and I don't think they really have enough time to do so.
No, I think they've got just enough here with Ascension defending. You got Sam, and you've got Opti. There we go. So that's the first one. What can do the second one? This second one's obviously a little harder, Jordan, because you do have that mounted MG just on the roof there. MF does go down. So this is what they need to plan for and account for. So now they're probably looking at getting up those stairs on the balcony, make sure that MG's clear. If the MG's clear, that'll provide them with the advantage. They can use it to defend the bomb after they've planted it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The bomb was defused in the meanwhile there by Shaft, so Ascension have to really fight back now and get that second plant down. It's going to be Navodge here going for a bit of a, I guess, a flank, but Lush's proximity mine going to get the better of him. Ascension are still looking pretty strong here, though. They are trying to get into that one container, and Shaft are just holding them off so far. Things are very even on this map, Sino.
And oh, Bud, he's come out with the big rhino once again, and he's not content with just the minigun. He's also up here with the mounted turret. What's he going to do for his teammates? He's got his health station there. A lot of shots going down. So players everywhere right now. If we just flick up, we can have a bit of a look. So there we go. Ascension, they need to reload this this attack.
Yeah, Shafter just chucking down some proxy mines on that objective as well, so just going to make life a little bit more difficult for Ascension, and there's still 3 minutes and about 45 seconds left to go in the map, so plenty of time for Ascension to work with, but they would be wanting to get a plant relatively quickly so that they can, use all that time to defend up against Shaft, and, as we saw, Shaft were very strong on this map earlier today, so definitely looking pretty strong against Ascension in this game as well. So every second counts here for Ascension. They really want to get that plant down as fast as they can.
You can't use the tactic of let's plant the bomb when we've got a minute left or a minute and a half left, and then we can just defend it. Because if the other team comes and does it, and they do that at 2 minutes and get and blow it, they've won. Because you're also restricted with your time base. It's not just let's do these objectives, it's who can do the objectives and do them faster. So that's the challenge with that. 3 minutes left on the clock. A nice sentry or a nice turret gone down there by Wizard. He comes around the corner, he picks up one. I don't think he'll get the second. It's close. He switches to his secondary here, does the old switcheroonie. He goes down anyway. So their defense, they've really pushed out now. The first few minutes, we've seen their defense all the way up towards that balcony. Now they're starting to be a lot more aggressive as that clock goes further down.
Yeah, Ascension really have to sort of change something up and get this plant down and defend it strongly. They've had 3 or 4 plants on that one particular container, and they haven't really been able to stick any of them. Shaft have just been really strong on those retakes and defenses. So things are looking like they're starting to shape up for a decent hold here for Shaft, and Ascension are going to have a bit of work to do in that second half unless they manage to actually get this final container destroyed.
There's the bomb. Bomb's gone down. We got a proxy mine just in front of it. Lush is getting shot up a little bit. There we go. She is down. What can Cryptic and the boys here do? Start to go in. There we go. Health pack on. They've probably diffused this one with relatively ease. He is well and truly covered, Wizard. So that one, easy to fuse. They got time. I think they probably got time for one more, but it's got to be done. I don't know actually how long the timer is on the bomb. Is it a minute?
I think it's about 30 seconds.
No, it's not. It's not 30 seconds. Are you high? Can't be 30 seconds, Elf.
Alright, well, regardless, whatever the case is, Ascension are going to need to push really fast and try and get that bomb down as fast as they can, because the time is running out. There's about 1:15 left, and Shaft are doing a fantastic job defending, and with that strong defense, I think you could argue it's probably going to be going in the way of the Shaft guys, at least for this first half of the map.
Yep.
We're also going to be sorting over the sides, and we'll see if Shaft can manage to get a bit of a quicker time, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, well, this half's definitely over. They're not going to get that plant down. Even if they got the plant down, it's not going to be enough time to go bang either. So now it's just waiting out. They're already thinking probably about that second half and how they can put a stop to Shaft. 30 seconds remaining. One container gone. Couldn't quite get this second container, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're still trying to do their best, but the time is going to run out before that explodes anyway. So it's pretty much too little too late at the moment. I think Ascension have finally found themselves in a decent position to actually defend that bomb, but as you say, bomb won't have time to explode. So we're going to go here with only one objective being completed here by Ascension, which is pretty interesting. Shaft have managed to hold on pretty well.
I said it before, I say again, I'm pretty impressed with how they've played. I'm surprised. I'd like to probably see, Jordan, those 2 containers considered separate goals, because, I don't know, because this one doesn't have any third objective. It's just 2 objectives. So I think as a bit of a tiebreaker, it'd be nice to see maybe somehow to get one of them into the third one. But who knows? Who knows? Let's have a look at what we've got here. Coming into this second half, players just readying up at the moment. Impressive first half by both teams once again. Ascension fairly strong. They got into those trains, did some good work. But Shaft good enough to hold them back.
Yeah, so the second half will be taking place in the next 15 seconds. Let's have a look at what the lineup going to be looking like? It seems like Sam is going to be again on that Rhino of his for Ascension on the defense. So that's going to be something that the Shaft guys are going to have to go up against. I dare say we'll see him just sitting right next to the wall and defending anyone that gets close by there. But we'll see now what Shaft are going to go for here. They have got a relatively standard lineup. Sani Jim, though, is going to be on that Vasily, which we've seen him playing pretty often. So I think Sam going to need to keep his head behind the wall, because if it does pop out, Sonny Jim is going to be taking it off straight away.
I don't know if I really like this position he's in. He's got the health station right in the middle, and obviously, as we see here, he's running back and he'll go back over there. But I think he needs better angles. He needs a better angle. He needs to protect himself better. Even though he's got a lot of health, right now, he's so far away from the healing station, and he could have attacks coming left and right. But that's with Big Rhino. What else do we have here? They're really pushing in hard. They're actually right on here. It's only Big Sam left, I think, if we can switch to him. Sam's having a field day, though. Takes out one, takes out two. He gets taken down by Cryptic. Do they have enough time to plant? I dare say they do, but they need to get geared up right away for this attacking defense from Ascension Elf.
Yeah, Ascension, they're going to have to really quick on this defuse, because they don't want to let Shaft have this much time to sort of hit that second point, because you know, Shaft, as we've seen already, have proven to be incredibly strong on this map, and they're putting up an even quicker time than what they did previously. So this could be a record time for them.
They've got this pretty well defended at the moment. Ascension taking the top route there because their spawn has been pushed back. They're moving in. A little bit of defense. Wizard, last one up there. What can he do? He does get taken down. The defuse is coming in now. Elfish, not quick enough. There we go. What's that? 2 minutes. So that's about 2 minutes quicker than what Ascension did it. So here we go. Can they hold back for 13 minutes, or is it going to be 1-1?
Yeah, it is looking pretty good so far already for Shaft. They're actually getting taken down a little bit here as they try to push forward, but you know, once their respawns start to roll in, they're going to have plenty of time to try and get those containers blown up there on their last point. And you know, Shaft, I just keep going back to it, but they look so fantastic on this map. It just seems to be something that they have, you know, in their minds as a team. It just all gels together and it works for them.
They have been held up a little bit, just beyond the gates they blew. Everyone is held up. Redding's in a bit of a Jew spot here, just behind. And I think he must have heard me because he nodded yes. Going, I agree with you, Steve. Why wouldn't I? So, moving in. What can they do? They need to get it down. They've got 2 containers. They've got ample time. They've got the solid teamwork. We've seen it all from them so far today on this. And here we go. They're taking the top route here. A good heal pushing up. So I think they want to go for this far container first. Like I said, that's the one which is generally harder to defend. Last time we seen them plant in both, and they protected both pretty well. But this far container, that's where a lot of the attention's on right now. Achieve the hard goals first.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, you're going to have to get both anyways, so it's going to be tough for these guys from Ascension to hold, because Shaft is looking so fantastic so far. No plant just yet, but it looks like Old Bud is going to be getting the first one down unless someone comes to contest him, and it looks like that's not going to be the case. MF just jumping in there, wasn't really there in time, but the defense going to come out straight away here for Shaft, and the defense there as well from Sam. Just going to be proving to be too strong. He's going huge on that Rhino.
Nice one.
That's definitely been the big difference, Elfish, in the grand final. It's all about the Rhino and the way they're playing him. But they got to reset. Yep. They got to reset. Ascension defended that quite well. Went in there, did get the plant down. But when you have 3 players and one of them is a Rhino running in straight after you, it makes it a little bit hard. A lot of awareness coming over from the balcony now. Big Sam here. What's he going to do? He's getting shot in every way, and they quickly take him down. That's what they needed to do. That gives them a bit of breathing space. Back into this second container, the far one. That's their focus. That is definitely their focus. At least if they plant that, they defuse that. They don't have to worry about that turret. And they've cleared all this off. That plant is going to go down. One more player up here, which is MF, is taken down. So there we go. Both plants. They're done. They just need to sit back now and defend that.
Yeah, things looking pretty good here for Shaft. Both those bombs down, as you say. So it's going to be kind of a question of whether Ascension are going to try and defuse both of them, or if they're just going to focus on one, or what's going to happen. We are going to see the wave coming in here from Ascension, but it's going to get completely shut down there. Wizard coming up pretty huge, is in the end eventually taken down, but he's going to be revived as well. The defuse coming out there, but not going to be enough. The guys from Ascension are looking at the dire straits here for this map. The first one is going to come up very shortly. You're going to see Optimal here on the defuse. Wizard is around the corner. He's not going to be around there in time, though, so only one plant going to go off there for Shaft. The game is still alive here for Ascension, but only just.
That's the thing. You got both bombs gone down within seconds of each other. They need to focus on it, and because the defense was so strong, they had nowhere to go. They kept pushing into that container. It was just easy pickings. They managed to defuse it, but it doesn't matter. They invested so much time on this one container, they got the other container.
And that was really, you know, where Ascension had to make a decision whether or not they were going to go for both containers, and in the end, they did have to focus on that one, at least to ensure that they are still in the game. We're going to see Sam here trying to defend up the top there, but not going to happen too much. Lots of the guys from Ascension are going to be going down here, so Shaft, you would expect, are going to have a pretty good time with this, but it's going to be MF trying to do his best to defend. He picks up a triple kill, in fact, and actually a quadra kill there onto Nabod, so a nice individual performance coming out from him before he's eventually taken down there by Old Bud with the grenade. So I think he just defended for his team quite strongly and got them a little bit of time, but in the end, it looks like Shaft are going to get the plant down anyway.
I was wondering what he did. It wasn't showing any animation on my screen. I thought he was just standing there, but no, he was doing work getting that bomb down. Now they just need to hold it more time than what they know what to do with 8 minutes. Surely, with 8 minutes on the clock and just the aggressiveness and the teamwork that they're displaying, they've got this map, which will take it to, like I said, Elfish, that would be 1-1 in the grand final. At least they're close games. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah, Ascension trying to do their best here to keep this game alive, but it looks like they're just not going to be able to get that defuse at the moment. Shaft are just absolutely spamming that container. No, they do get the defuse in the end. Shaft is going to take that one, or no, MF rather, is going to take that one down, as well as pick himself up a couple of kills. So Shaft, once again, going to have to go on the offensive, try and get a plant down.
It was all about the medic then. It was all about the medic. Non-stop heals, and that's what got him through that. Big, let me have a look. Is Cryptic's the medic? I was looking around thinking they don't have a medic. I wonder what they're trying to achieve there, but Cryptic was dead, so I didn't see who he was at. So a big push here. Ascension have got this fairly well covered though. If we spin around, have a look, they got players spread out everywhere. These boys from South, they're coming in through this far end. There they are, taking their time. Taking their time. Are they trying to get picks? They're just chilling out.
I think they're just waiting for the respawns.
Yep. So we got 3. We got 1 up top now. What are they going to do? Because they're both on the same side. They are.
It looks like they're going to try and get control of this machine gun early on in the piece, and it's going to be Sunny Jim going down early, but he's going to be revived straight away. We see Cryptic jumping down for pretty much no reason at all. I think perhaps he wanted the rest of his team to follow him up, but it didn't happen, and they're going to lose their medic off that one, is Shaft, so now things are looking pretty difficult for them. They are going to get a pretty decent positioning, though, here behind. Sunny Jim just going to watch that staircase while the rest of his team start to rotate in towards this point. Sunny Jim is going for a bit of a duel here, but he is going to get taken down there by Sam. Optimal actually team killed Lush as well, and it looks like Shaft getting the better of this situation now. The plant is going to go down. A grenade in there, though, but not going to be there quick enough. Sam picks up the kill, but the defuse goes down in the end. Anyway, Sam sitting right on top of this aura turret is going to be able to defend with that LMG of his. He's got so many bullets in that gun, and he just keeps firing for days. But Ascension on a pretty decent hold now. They just need to defuse that bomb.
Defuse, not even a hassle. They've got it all covered. So they'll get this one, and once again, Shaft, they're loading up. They'll come back in as a team. So they're getting close, but they're not causing enough pain for Ascension. They need to put a few more into that respawn timer to get that bomb to go bang. And a little bit more work from the medic. I know it's hard. Cryptic's working like a boss. He's been at it all day. He's doing as many hills as he can, but it's just those differences. They just need that extra 10% and they'll get that diffuse, that bomb to go bang. And we might have it here. We've got 2 versus 4 Elfish. This could be where it's at. No, we've got Cryptic healing like a madman, all coming around the corner. Everything's a bit squished up. MF. And now they're easy to fuse. So yeah, they're not missing by much. They're not missing by much. They just need that little bit extra to get them over the line.
Yeah, so many plants coming down here so far from Shaft, but none of them really actually getting anywhere within dangerous territory yet for Ascension. They're just doing such a good job defending, and as you say, this is the harder container to push, and it's really being proven by this match as well, because you know, we saw Shaft having a bit of trouble, or Ascension rather having a bit of trouble trying to push this one as well in their first half. So things are, you know, going a bit tough at the moment for Shaft, but they still do have 4 minutes on the clock to play with. Plenty of time to get that bomb down and get an explosion off, and then take this second map rather. But yeah, they are having a bit of trouble, as you say.
So the question is, they're having a bit of trouble just pushing in there. Ascension have got it fairly well tied down. What do they need to do? Is it time to change up a Merc? They don't seem to be carrying a Rhino at the moment. Maybe Rhino can just give them that little bit more health, push it in there as the tank, get their attention off, let them start shooting up the Rhino. The others can do the damage. Maybe a Nader just to clear out that area. If they clear out the area, they can probably get that bomb down relatively safely and then sit back. And as soon as the bomb's planted, I think there'd be probably a little bit of value in a Rhino and Nader as well, just to give that distance and more attack.
Well, we have to see what these guys go for. At the moment, they're just opting to stick with those standard classes that we have expected to see. Sonny Jim, you're going to swap over here to a proxy, interestingly enough, try and perhaps get a bit more of a mobility-based class around the map here for Shaft. And it looks like they might be able to get a plant down here relatively quickly if they can take someone off that machine gun. MF is just sitting up there, so they need to be careful of him. He's going to jump on that one, picks himself up 1 kill. The revive will come out, though, onto Old Bud, but Ascension doing a good job holding so far. And the frag's going to come out here from Old Bud. Not going to be able to do too much. Sam has picked himself up 3 kills, in fact, in a row. So Ascension once again going to hold off, and the defuse is going to come out here. Only 2 minutes and a half left on the clock, so things starting to look a little bit dangerous here for Shaft.
Well, it'd be yep. Just looking at those timers. So yeah, they're getting the objective, but then there's no one left to protect it. That's where the real issue is. Even then, look at that. We got MS Reading just going in, taking him down, not leaving him anything afterwards. We've actually got MF. MF's going for a bit of a wander. I want to see where he is off to. Where is he? So he's got a pretty far back defense here, and this is sort of what we've seen from Shaft as well, when it was going to get down to the time they started pushing out their defense just to put a little bit more pressure on.
Here we are going to see Shaft trying to push in here once again, but they're just going to be rotated upon by MF, who was really in that position behind them, but you know, picked up on the fact that they weren't coming from that direction. Oh, Sam kills 3 players. One of them was his teammate, but going to be a defuse coming out here from Ascension once again, and Shaft just unable to get into this 3rd point.
They can't do it, so and we're down to that last minute as well. So like last time, down to that last minute, not much either team can do.
And we are going to see Shaft now. Again, this is probably the last push that they can make. And in fact, the timer ticks over to just under 50 seconds. So even if they get a plant from now on, it's not going to work out too well for them. So no time left in this. And it's going to be a draw on the 2nd map here, Simon.
Yep.
Lots of kills going in the favour of Sonny Jim here with that proximity mine of his, but You know, pretty much everything from this situation, from this point onwards, really doesn't matter at all. Shaft, I mean, they've got the bomb down, but time to really play with, and 10 seconds left. It's not going to be enough time for that bomb, I don't think. So we're going to see Ascension. Well, they're going to look for the defuse as well anyway. So a draw coming out here on the second map. That means we're up 1-0 in the favor of Ascension so far.
Yeah, that's right. So looks like we've got a third map.
I don't know what's happened to Cyanide, but I think I'm on my own for the moment.
Oh, I need to push my button when I talk to you. I told you.
Yes.
Told you. I'll forget to push my button throughout the day. And then I think this guy Jordan, he's cutting me off, but really then I remember you can't actually hear me.
No. Alright, so thoughts here on this
Do you know what? Map 1 was super close. This one here, super close. So we'll have to see what happens in the next one. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon with Map 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. You are back with Cyanide and Elfish Guy here. You can follow Elfish Guy at Elfish Guy. This is map 3 of 3 in the first Dirty Bomb Grand Final. So far, we can't split these teams, can we, Elfish? Cannot split them. Everything is so close.
Yeah, they've been really, really close. Shaft, I guess, taking away that second map. Ascension taking the first map, and now we're on to Chapel. So should be a pretty good matchup here. The winner takes all, essentially, on this map. So basically, we're down to a best of one, if you consider it like that way. So things could be getting pretty interesting on this map.
Yep, and we've seen this one. This would have to be the most played map, without a doubt. We've seen it every game so far. Do you know what we haven't seen?
No.
Me either. We've seen underground. We only seen the one train yard, didn't we? It was just the one train yard.
Yeah, we've seen it once or twice, I think.
Yep.
I think we've seen every map, but definitely, as you say, Chapel has been the one that most people have been liking to get on. I think it's probably also one of the better maps, with maybe the exception of the third point. I think it's perhaps a little too difficult for the attackers to get in there and plant those 2 bombs on the building, but I do like the rest of the map in that sense.
Yeah, it's difficult, but you look at it as your first point's pretty much free as well. First point's pretty easy, unless you're in pub. Then nothing's easy. But these guys, what did we see? The shortest time, we did see a 38-second. Then last time we seen this, it was like a 32-second. Getting that EV rolling. That's pretty quick times. So we are off here, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck, have fun, has gone out. And we must thank, once again, Plantronics. Absolutely huge. Helping us out with this competition today. Supplied myself and Elfish Guy with a couple of Plantronic rigs. Absolutely comfortable. Normally my hair gets messy. All sorts of things happen wearing my headsets.
You still have hair?
Well, okay, I may have told a bit of a furphy. I'm half bald at the front, I guess. It's a very receding hairline. But that little bit of hair my headset does touch. I put the headset on top of my head. We've seen others who use them as visors. Not me. Right on top of my head. And it's like I've worn nothing all day. They are actually absolutely fantastic, guys. Check out their products. It's at plantronics.com/gaming. But we are here, Elfish Guy, and we've got a nader first up on Sam. Sam is the man who likes to use all these assault classes, doesn't he? It's in there. Has
yeah,
the nader.
He does. Yeah, if you have a look at his lineup for the mercenaries, he's got a fragger, a nader, and a rhino. So definitely,
yeah,
I guess you can judge what kind of character he likes to play from that.
He means business. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So, what do we got here? Let me actually just pull out a little bit. Let's get an overview shot. This is probably the most aggressive we have seen the defending team all day. All day. Look at that. Skyhammer's doing work there. They actually had a player. That was Wizard, all the way pushed up into this warehouse. They mean business. Starting to get a bit of a repair now. Cryptic just comes in, pushes out. Not quite enough. That EV is repaired. But I can't believe how much we're seeing. All these players push up. So aggressive, so fast. Both these teams, they mean business now.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that was actually a relatively slow repair coming out there from Ascension, because what we've seen today, the repairs have come out in about half that time. So I suppose you could argue that the aggressive kind of style there coming out from Shaft did actually work out quite well. But still, nonetheless, it was a relatively quick repair there for Ascension, and they're on their way. And well and truly have managed to push this EV up as well. So they're kind of starting now to get towards that area where it starts to slow down a little bit. But they are still moving along slowly.
I like the awareness the teams have got. As soon as they hear that airstrike coming in, or know there's an airstrike, they step away from that EV. We just seen it then. We've seen it on maybe our first game today, and that's just smart. That's just intelligent play.
And we're going to see Sonny Jim once again in this spot here next to the machine gun. He has been playing from there a lot today with Vasily, and has been making a pretty good job of it as well. So now, as we expected, this is going to be the tough sort of area of the defense here for Ascension to get through, because we do tend to see the teams stall a little bit once the EV gets to that position. Let's have a look at what the Ascension guys can do on the attack here.
Shaft, they got it pretty well covered. They got him up through the building, up on the main road with Cryptic there at the moment. Ascension, unfortunately, they just have to sit back, wait for a little bit of a breather. Airstrike came down, missed everything. That's not what you want. The Vag goes down. Here they go, pushing up. Optimal. He's got to watch out from Sonny. Sonny's right on it with that sniper rifle on Vasily. But now they're moving across quite nicely. Look at this. Everything's moving freely. Down they go. But the EV, that's only going to take maybe that grenade. Did that grenade stop it? Yes, it did. It didn't have much health at all left on it. But that doesn't matter. Where it is, that's not a big deal. They can easily just get up behind it right now like MF is. You repair that pretty quickly. No one can interrupt you, really.
Yeah, actually not a bad place for the EV to die at the end.
Just trying to figure out if there's a bit of a problem with Ascension there, whether a player dropped out or not dropped out. They were calling...
It says they're saying there's a fire alarm in Redding's room, but we don't know how to pause, so I don't think they're actually allowed to pause either. So they're just going to have to play through it. Ascension, a bit of unlucky timing there for Redding, but they're still holding on and actually pushing that objective in really quickly. That's a very fast time.
with a disadvantage as well, but Redding's up and running, so not too sure what that fire alarm was for. Maybe it's because of the speed in which they're pushing this EV through. They can't just handle it. Off goes the fire alarm, but they are pushing in. They are super aggressive here, Elfish. I'm actually excited. They got most of their players in here. Where's that objective? Well, one more behind the rock, slowly moving in, healing them up. Wizard going
absolutely. This looks like it's going to be an insanely fast. Yeah. Absolutely huge. As you say, they're right here as well.
Second one.
Lush are ready to pick that that objective up, and they're just charging straight in here, ready for that second one. Lush is the one carrying that objective. They've all been taken down though, so yeah, I think he went a little bit too ham in that situation. The objective is going to be dropped down near the red bus, and all the guys from Ascension are going to go down. That looked like it could be a really quick time there coming out from Ascension, but at the moment, they're going to have to be on that retake again.
And ladies and gentlemen, for those watching, and you can see those big black dots in front of the screen, that's just a bug. Unfortunately, that likes to interrupt me on Chapel. That's why I don't know much about this third one, Elfish. I can't see anything, because I normally have big black dots in the middle of my screen. But here we go. They're setting up nicely here on defense. Wizard has actually pushed quite far up. Let's try and catch him, see where he's going. He is down now, but he was pushed up all the way towards the attacking spawn.
Yeah, we're going to see Ascension once again trying to push in here, but Old Bud picks himself up a double kill. Finds one as well. Old Bud finds himself a third, so a good hold here coming out so far for Shaft, but a little bit shaky because they did let through that first objective, and really anything that Ascension, if they can get through that final one, is going to be a fantastic score, because it traditionally has been pretty hard for teams even to close this map out.
I think they'll create themselves some more opportunities. The fact that they got that EMP down within so quickly, and then nearly got another one down so quickly, I don't think they're done yet. Just a couple of opportunities. This might be one here. Bit of a stack day inside. Wizard coming around. Can't quite reach his target of taking him down. Good placement there for the sentry gun. There goes another one. So now they're all up as we speak. Old Bud went down early, so that's 2 down. And they've got a pretty long death timer here as well, Elfish. Don't forget, they only just all spawned, so they've probably got another 15 seconds from here. Out comes Big Nader with Sam 1. He's going to span that up. Something could be happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Off he goes, pushing in, pushing through. Unfortunately, the wrong players are all going down. They've just spawned, so they've ran out of time. They can't pick up that objective. Navaj, look at that. He saved that. He saved his team there. Most definitely.
Yeah, that was looking pretty good there for Ascension, but just not really able to capitalize on that. And Shaft able to keep the defense alive for the moment. Still 7.5 minutes though, you know, available for Shaft to play with, or for Ascension rather to play with, and for Shaft to have to defend against. So things are still definitely, you'd have to say, in the favor of Ascension. After I guess they're holding a little bit more forward than what most of the teams have been doing so far on Chapel, third point. But they are, you know, that kind of team. They seem to be the team that likes to push forward and make the fights happen. And it works out for them so far.
I like it. I like what Ascension have done. They've created overall 3 really good opportunities. Haven't met... out of those 1 opportunities, they've got the EMP charge gone. The other 2 opportunities just couldn't quite pull it off. So I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing. They're grouping up. They're going in hard, fast. They're just getting those 1 or 2 picks. They've got really good positioning. Apart from, not right there, from optimal. I don't know what he was doing. Jumped down a little bit blind. Big Sonny, what's he sporting? Not much. Actually, was that? I didn't even see that, Elfish. They had the objective right there. Right there. How did they sneak that through?
Yeah, it's, well, it doesn't matter because they haven't managed to actually convert that into a plan.
That's still four really good chances. He must have been a second or less away from popping that in.
Yeah, well, in the end, it didn't happen. And Ascension are going to have to try again. Shaft still on the defensive here. They've got a sniper, which is kind of... I guess it's relatively useful on this point, especially when you've got a sniper like Sonny Jim, who has been proving pretty strong so far, and he's you know, going to abuse the long sight lines on this map. Old Bud though, just coming up huge, picking himself up 3 kills, completely destroying the offensive there coming out from Ascension. And Lush, the only player that was left alive. They're all going to respawn now for another wave and to try and see what they can do against Shaft here on the defense.
So many good chances. I'm feeling good for them. But in saying that, you know, Shaft, they're holding them back. They're doing their job. They're not allowing them through. And that's what and like you said, Elfish, they either get it or they don't. There's no in-betweens here. So Wizard putting on a little bit of damage, can't quite pick up Lush. Lush takes him down. One more up here, which is Optimal. Optimal goes down, and that's a pretty big reset.
Yeah, Ascension's starting to pick up a few kills here. No revives coming across either for Shaft, so this is looking like it could be a great time for those guys from Shaft. But unfortunately, the point or the objective is all the way back at the EV, so they're not going to really be able to make advantage or make use of all those kills that they managed to pick up. So once again, a reset sort of situation here, and Ascension trying to push in again. Lush is going to do his best here on that aura. He's going to stand next to his healing beacon, takes down Navoj, and in reply, he gets taken down as well. But is revived pretty quickly there by his teammate. We'll see now if they can manage to do anything here. A lot of kills going across the place, but most of the players are getting revived quickly as well. This healing beacon is kind of the linchpin of this attack at the moment. It has gone down, but it's going to be replaced there again by Lush. So Ascension just trying to push in here, not really quite getting what they can. 3 kills go in their favor though, but there are only 2 players alive at the moment for Ascension, so still a lot of work to do. The respawns are going to come out, and that's going to favor Shaft because they are much closer to the action.
Oh, backdooring, backdooring.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see Lush going for a plan here. He's not really going to be able to get there though, because all these Shaft guys on the respawn are going to come in, and Cryptic going to try and put this objective back towards the EV.
Yeah, they just spotted him, unfortunately, but yet again, that was close. And Shaft just saving it down to 3 minutes. So I'm sort of changing my mind somewhat now, Elfish. I think there's 50-50 chance of getting that EMP charge in or defending it, because they said you can't dispute their defense. It's been, when you have teams being that aggressive, nearly achieving their targets that many times, for them to just stay composed, because the pressure's on them. They're the ones that have to defend. If they make a mistake, they give the objective, if you like, to Ascension. Ascension have less pressure.
Yeah, they do, and Ascension, they're just trying to find an entryway into this last area, but just not happening for them. It's been like probably like 7 minutes or something like that since they last put that objective in the point, and things have not been going their way since then. Just the defense here too strong at the moment from Shaft.
I would say it's time to change something up. I don't think it is. I think what they're doing, both teams, is just right. You know, it's so close. I can't believe that for a scene which it was only like 3 weeks ago, just before the open beta came out, that a lot of these players really started jumping on this game. You know, and I know I said a lot of these players had alpha access, but it's only been the last few weeks since we announced the competition, they've really been getting in there and trying. And to start off with a competition where it's this close, that's just amazing. I'm loving it.
Yeah, it has been a fantastic day of competition so far, but it's not over here. Shaft still here on the defense, just hanging in there, and Ascension are not able to really do anything at the moment. They tried picking up a sniper, but Sonny Jim takes down 2 kills there for himself, so a nice shot from him, or nice shots rather from him. He's doing a ton of work there on that sniper, but Sam finds himself 2 kills in response. Shaft are going to still hang on here, and looks like Redding, the only player alive at the moment for Ascension, minute and 43 left to get this plant down. There is still time. It only takes a couple of seconds, but you'd have to really count out Ascension here. They are having so much trouble getting in there.
If they do get in there within 10 seconds, you know, it's very achievable to plug it in. Getting in there, obviously, is the main task here. They're starting to push up their defense a little bit by the looks of it. We've got 3 players now, 4 players, all pushing up, just trying to create that little bit more space, make it a little bit harder. So if they do die, they've got that little bit more time to allocate the death timer and get in there.
Yeah, Old Bud picking himself up another double kill with a grenade and stalling the offensive a little bit from Ascension. But we'll have to see what they can do. They have only got 55 seconds left in this map. This Skyhammer artillery strike is going to come across, but not going to do any damage there. Getting the objective closer and closer to the point, and there is only 2 players alive for Shaft, but the respawns come out, and I think that's just in time for these guys on the defense, and I don't really see Ascension being able to do too much. We're going to see Lush once again trying to go for a bit of a risky charge straight in there. Not going to work out too well for them. Sam finds himself 1 kill, Optimal another, and Sam has found 2 kills as well. So Shaft, they're going to have a lot of trouble defending this. They're all down, and they're actually going to lose this map, or lose this first half, in fact. Ascension are going to finally get a plan in the last 20 seconds.
I told you, all they need is 10 seconds and they pull it up in 19 seconds. That was so close. I don't know who it... I've got no idea. I've got no idea, Elfish. I can't... No prediction. Look at that time it took, though. And that was 10 minutes, 36 seconds. That took a long time. But it was non-stop aggressive. They were constantly there. They were constantly on the feet of Shaft. They were pushing Shaft. And they finally did it. 19 seconds to go. Doesn't come much closer than that. So what I did like, and I touched on it, is the fact that Shaft really pushed up. They got behind that EV in the start. They delayed it. And like you said, when we talk delay, we know they got it in around a minute. But that's been the longest times we've seen today.
Yeah, and in the thick of all of that, there is still the fire alarm going off in Redding's apartment. So he's playing through it, which
he doesn't care.
May not be the best of ideas, but
esports.
At least he's dedicated.
Esports. If things start heating up and he smells smoke, I'm sure he can
get out of there.
But this is how keen they are. He's got a fire alarm going off in his apartment, but he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's here. He's here for his team, and they're pushing through. So just on that, maybe they deserve to win. Who knows? But we are pulling it up here. Elfish, what can we see here? Big pushes coming all the way through. What's on? Not much around this EV at the moment. So we see Shaft. They're going up. They just make a little bit of space. Sonny's gone up with his sniper. They're creating that bit of space. Where is their objective master? Here he is in Wizard, maybe. Who is Wizard on? Yep, there he goes. Bit of bushwhacker. No, MF. No, Wizard. Looking at the wrong side.
No, Wizard is playing the bushwhacker.
Yeah, I knew what I was talking about. I doubted myself momentarily. So he's going to have that up, but they've got a bit of trouble here. MF comes around. Doesn't have much health. They cleared off the board. And that is... that's... You look at that, it's going to start moving.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really that close at the moment. But Shaft have to get onto that point. The guys from Ascension are doing a pretty decent job of defending it. It looks like they are just going to manage to get on it right about now. And yeah, the repair rather is going to be coming off now. So about even in terms of that first objective. You could argue it was pretty much exactly the same. I think maybe, just having a look, I think Shaft were perhaps a tiny bit slower. But
we're
really,
talking
in the grand
10
scheme
seconds
of things,
maybe.
Yeah, we're talking seconds. So not too much to write home about, but really the main talking point at the moment now is going to be how quick Ascension were able to get through this EV phase and start that attack phase, because they had a really short, 1 to 2 objective placement here. But, Ascension doing a bit better on the defensive so far, and Shaft haven't really been able to push up that EV as quickly as Ascension have been. Well,
it's 3 minutes. It was about 3.5 minutes, but the problem is, if we have a look at this EV literally needs a couple of bullets and it's stopped. So they can stop that at any time. Probably would have been a priority, push it up, but they've cleared off the board. They're getting it up there. But this is going to stop as soon as they come around the corner. That spawn point's been pushed back as well. So Ascension, they need to run that little bit further before they come up. Here they come around the corner, and we can't forget as well, they did have a sniper at the back that whole time, which definitely helped them. So they've replicated that. Ascension have. They've put a sniper at the back, just like Sonny was before. But this EV Elf, it doesn't need much. But they're sitting back. A lot of them are sitting right back. If we come around, they're waiting around this corner. Clearly, they've got a target. We want to stop the EV at this point. And that's what they're going for. There we go. They've stopped it. Is this where they wanted to stop it?
I imagine it probably would have been, because that is going to be a really tough spot to revive it or repair it for the guys from the Shaft team. But they are going to come up here through the house and try to get control of the stairway there as well. And it's not really working out too well for them. Optimal is defending that one. Cryptic, in the end, is going to take him down. But a trade kill goes out. Old Bud gets taken down by Sam. And things looking pretty good now for Shaft that they've got that EV up. And they've actually moved it past that real checkpoint area that has proved to be pretty dangerous for a lot of teams.
That is right, Elfish. So, not moving right now. They got a fairly good defense. Yeah, they definitely planned to have it stop there. That's why they brought in the Rhino, they brought in the big guns. But Shaft, they pushed through that and they got it back up and running fairly quick. Not even the Rhino could stop them. So here they go. And they've actually got a couple of guys here who have moved all the way up and around and getting ready for these spawns. So here we go. Here's these spawns. What can they do? There's one down.
Yeah, you can see the Ascension guys are just all stuck pretty much in their spawn. The EV is going to get skyhammered with that artillery strike, but it's not going to go down. And Shaft, honestly, have played that little bit of their map to perfection. They had a couple of guys holding off the spawns, and they're going to get that in a fantastic time. Let's have a look and see how close it was. Just a tiny bit slower as well, again, compared to Ascension, but they still have 10 minutes to take these two objectives and put them in the building. So, you know, plenty of time, but if history repeats itself, it is going to be a very difficult job for them. Well, have a look here. Look at Sunny Jim. He's managed to find himself all the way back at the building. They don't know he's here. He's just sitting behind this rock and waiting for the time to pounce. He's going to try and see if he can find a kill somewhere. But as soon as he makes a move, they're going to find him. He gets taken down and unfortunately wasn't able to do anything in that situation. The cavalry has arrived though. For the Shaft guys, they're going to charge in here, pick up a couple of kills. A couple of them go down as well. It's going to be Wizard on his own. In the end, is taken down, and a unsuccessful push there coming out from Shaft.
I like their plan, though. I like their plan. I don't know if Sonny was completely a part of that, but he distracted him.
No, I don't think he would have been.
And they nearly achieved something. They just weren't shooting as sharp as they could have been. A bit of contention here with Old Bud. Switches off to his secondary. I don't like the revolver, I have to say. I much prefer the Deagle. That's, you know, Deagle on the old Skyhammer. I prefer that to his main. I love it. But here we go, pushing in. A lot of players all around here. 3 versus 2. They just need to try and hold off. What's going off on the back here? No, he is down. Sonny, once again, caught in this back. Right in the back. So we'll get this reset. Cryptic with the objective. And Cryptic, I don't think Cryptic's the right one, because Cryptic is also the medic.
Yeah, they don't actually have an objective specialist at the moment on the side of Shaft, so I guess they're trying. They're really more favouring the sniping here from Sunny Jim, and that's interesting to me because of how important it is to get those objectives in there. But obviously, that's a legitimate strategy that they've decided to go for, and they're hoping it's going to work out. We can see Cryptic here still hanging on to that objective. He is going to move quite far forward, plants it down by the rock. The revive train is coming out, but it's not going to be strong enough with the crossfire coming out there from Ascension. And again, another strong defense from the defending side on this third point of Chapel. And I feel like I'm a bit of a broken record right now because every time some sort of an attack comes in here from one of the attacking sides, it just gets completely shut down by the defenders.
So, all up, all coming through right in the middle. And so far, not really working out for them, but Optimal did take down MF, so here they go. Big push here, Elf, they get gunned down. It's this big rock. This is the problem.
Okay, so Cryptic has got himself down a healing station. There's a fantastic opportunity now for Ascension to deliver that objective, but where is it? It's all the way back at the EV. It's going to be coming straight in here now, courtesy of one of these guys. Who is that? That's Old Bud running in there, and this could be looking like the first thing, but the respawn wave comes out. Old Bud is sitting there. He's delivering the objective, and he's going to make it as well, I would expect. Oh, they come out, and that's it. Was that the second one? I must have missed the first one. Wow.
I don't even know what's going on now.
Actually going to take that one away.
Did Fasali with Sonny sneak in that first one? I honestly didn't see that first one either. Look at that though.
And perhaps forgetting to push the talk button, so it's back to me. I guess.
I was pushing it. I think I was pushing my tab instead. So I was just saying, Elfish, that unless Sonny went in there through one of those games and snuck it in, but it's something I missed too. But look at that: 1 minute, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, that was a pretty insane performance actually from Shaft. Like a really, really fast time coming out on Chaplain. No one has even come close to that all day. So definitely a good performance from them, and you know, they deserve to win that map. All right, so we are gonna, I guess, wrap up the stream there. We will have to, of course, give a shout out to Plantronics Gaming for giving us those headsets to give away to those players, and that's going to be going towards the Shaft guys. They will be picking up those 5 Plantronics headsets, and of course a bunch of other prizes as well. I think there's a Merc pack available to them and a bunch of credits as well, perhaps, or at least that comes in the Merc pack. Anyway, they're going to get a whole bunch of stuff, and everyone who also participated today is going to pick up some in-game credits. I think they're getting about 5,000 each, so that should be coming out to you guys shortly as well, which is pretty exciting. So everyone who played gets a bit of a consolation prize, which is nice to see, thanks to Cybergamer and, of course, Splash Damage, Nexon, and everyone else who was involved in the Dirty Bomb Cup.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully we have some stuff coming up in the near future for Dirty Bomb as well. It's been a great day, some great competition. We'll play to Shaft, walking away. The champions. They've been solid, have been good all day. We've seen some great stuff from them. So a big shout out to Elfish as well, chilling out here with myself today. Give him a follow at Elfish Guy. He's missing out on his party. He's been telling me all about all day. So he's given up that to bring you guys some of this. A shout out to Sandman as well. You can follow him at TDTV_ Sandman on Twitter, helping out, giving away some of those prizes as well. Shout out to Nexon and Splash Damage, and of course one final more shout out to Plantronics. So thank you for joining us, everyone. Any last words, Elf?
No, that's just about it for me. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and thank you guys for having me here casting as well. It's been pretty good time today, and I'm actually very ready for dinner, so let's wrap it up there and chuck off the stream. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. We will definitely see you next time.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to